Hey everyone, welcome to Short Rest. We just finished episode 48? No?
You just finished it and you already forgot?
Yeah, I forgot. God.
48.
48. So, during today's session, as a quick, summary, is that you guys traveled back to the capital of the Sildon Kingdom, Isenby. You were able to meet a troop member's family, and got some underdealings done with Richard. Learned some information, and then I think the biggie is having a trial.
Yeah.
So how many hit die do I get?
How many hit dice? Oh, I should have mentioned during the game, but you guys are level 12 now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah. So that just happened right now. I was waiting for the trial to end because that was the main moment where I was like, okay, that's the big... everything doesn't have to be a fight.
Yeah.
Big key moments and milestones can happen after an RP moment. Which, by the way, I learned I suck at writing RP moments.
You're fine. I think you think you suck.
I do think I suck. Yes.
We talked about that.
It was real fun because I knew that I was thinking about it, and I was like, if the king just heard about, like, Rolly's city, like, all this has come to light, and he's like, who are these people I'm gonna go see? The three griffins, who are they? Oh, they did this. Cured a thing in Blunton, what does that mean? And that was sort of the mindset I was going on, and it would have been the king to go, shit, I didn't know that. Okay.
Not that you have this whole other land that's in your land, and you're like, oh yeah, something happened in my kingdom, and two things happened in my kingdom, and I didn't know nothing about it.
Yeah.
So my speech, or my little chat with him could have gone two ways. The first one was, I could have said, like, we pay taxes. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Where's our fucking support? This nobody here has to fucking fix your problems for you. Why pay you tax? Or it could have gone the way it did, and it went the way it did.
Yeah, I was also thinking, I was like, there was a lot of, I was like, man, it's really unfair of what happened to Blenton, and the king is smart enough to know that. So he would definitely be the person to be like, fucked up. All right, time to pay our dues. Yeah, we're doing, so it's really fun. So now what's happening to Blenton is that not only is the city itself is getting a big cash bonus for pain and suffering, so a lot of that money is going to be used for infrastructure, as well as roads and new buildings and new things. In addition to that, I wanted Aaron's character, because he said he really wanted to make a trade route and connect the island of Anburn with the Mostead a lot closer. And I was like, well, what would make sense? He'd probably feel comfortable with the city where the brand went. So I'm having Aaron's character make that a thing. Basically, he's making sure that you guys are now going to be a trade city, which means more money and more infrastructure and build up.
Like, Rolly's farm's gonna get some money.
Exactly.
And I can have my dad visit his, late wife's home.
That's true. Absolutely. I feel like the next few sessions are going to be, like, at least I think the next one is going to be, like, downtime a little bit. Or maybe I should discuss it with you guys. What do you feel like you're going to do now that you have a map back to the Blake Manor?
It's like that thought process, but now we have our Genasi babysitter, and I'm just like, I don't know this person. I don't want to just throw all this out here.
Isn't that interesting, huh?
Because it's like, yeah, we could connect it to Lily, but then we can connect it back to Savannah, so it's like, that's hard.
I mean, yeah, I mean...
I would like to work where I don't, come out with a loss. That'd be nice. Spends 35 gold on a horse, makes 30. God
Well,
damn
like,
it.
you're like paying townsfolk, they're not loaded.
Well, I wanted it said that I wanted to work from, like, dawn to dusk, basically, just all day, just working, and for all that,
Labor
I got 30 gold.
Labor is like a standard commoner makes like a couple silver, a week.
Yeah.
They don't make hundreds of gold a day. So when you were like, I work day and night, I'm like, that's the reason why you got 30 gold. You were working day and night. But labor only pays so much,
At least to cover the cost of the horse, man. Jeez. I was doing deliveries. I was going everywhere.
I guess that's true. I should have made you make like a charm check to see if you got tips. Like an Uber driver is like, here's your food, and they're like, thank you so much. Here's an extra tip.
It's like when I'm being forced to ride around all over the place, like, at least throw me a copper. I mean, I might not look like I might not be the most friendly looking. I might look kind of intimidating, but damn, I'm a charmer. At least a copper or two. I don't know.
That's true. 15%, please.
Damn.
At least. For Vera, definitely the fact that you brought back Uthiel was a big part of the trial. When I was thinking of, I was like, because I think we mentioned it a long time ago. I was like, well, what are you going to do with this information now that Lily is doing all these bad things? This was back when she was still alive.
I think I told you then.
And you were like, I'm going to go tell the crown. Yeah. And I was like, that is a valid option. And that was months ago. I'm like,
yeah, but you kept asking me, and I was like, I think I need to bring him back, because like she very much felt like her word didn't mean anything. Like I told you, I was like, I feel like our characters are not fully aware that like their deeds have stacked like at all. So it's just like, to them it's just like, my word is my word. It's not that it has like this huge backing behind it, so why would like the freaking king of the whole damn place take it like as truth?
Yeah, to like kind of piggyback off that, it's like, I'm saving my town not for the kingdom. I'm saving my town to help my fellow man. We've been living this for basically all of my life.
Yeah.
And it's taken people. It's it's caused intense amounts of pain and suffering. Like an entire a band of women have to run the town whenever this outbreaks happens, right? So I'm not doing it for the kingdom. I'm doing it for myself. But the fact that the king has no idea it's even happening.
Yeah.
So when I go to when we go to like other places, I don't have that mentality of I'm representing the kingdom. We've been sent here by the king to solve. No. It's like, how can we help you, right? As in the three of us. How can we help you?
Sorry, Savannah's still on. You trust no one, especially if it's a kingdom of a land that's not yours.
And then Savannah, I wanted something to tie back to your past, which is what the map was for. Because I think we did when we were doing character creation. It was like, oh, I've done jobs for the Thieves Guild for a while now, and now here I am going about my day. And then that's how you got involved with these two. But it was like, well, you had a life and job before all this, so I wanted to connect something to your past that maybe just didn't really register. Where it was like, oh, I guess I could have inadvertently did something and I wasn't aware of it. That's what the map was all about. So,
which makes sense. It's all like, yeah, you're at the end of the day, you're still part of a thieves guild. Like, you did some stuff, so actions have consequences.
Yeah, and it's funny because what Vera did was like speak to dead to the head of the changeling. That was going to be his thing to do. Was his whole plan, and I can say it now because he's dead, was that he was going to cut off your head, Savannah, or torture you, or do a thing where he would got you, and he was going to get answers out of you one way or another of where the map went. But you turned the tables on him, and now you have a map that leads to a vial found somewhere within the Blake Manor.
The manor we just ordered to go get destructed. Be destroyed.
Yeah. I don't know if they're gonna have it all destroyed all the way, because my note says it's like the crypt, so I don't know if they're gonna go in the crypt or they're just gonna destroy the house.
Well, they got asked by Savannah to just to put it all to the ground. So that's probably going to happen soon.
Does that mean that's where we're going next, guys?
Probably.
You did this to yourself.
Hey, I mean, you got the wheels turning. You know? And,
I mean,
it's not a bad thing.
I feel like, honestly, if we didn't say anything about Richard, it's so linked to Lily at this point that, like...
I know, that's what I'm kind of thinking right now, of we can just circumvent the entirety of that whole story and just link it all to Lily. It's just... I don't trust this Chosen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the crazy thing is that the vial and map is like, if the truth ever has to come out, you can always say either you just took a job. I mean, adventuring is not uncommon. You know, there's the blades. There is you know, the 4 turtles that you fought in the Colosseum. There's a Blood Taker, who is that one gladiatorial group of gnome bards, and the one Goliath. You know, there are adventurers who go about the continent. So it's a viable option to say, oh, I did a job, and this is why I'm here now.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, though, like I said in the trial, like, you don't know who else is in it, and it's like, if somebody had the power to be, have forever life, like, you really think that Lily's the only one that's after that? Really?
Oh no.
Like, so I mean, I feel like that's probably a question in the king's head that we now put there, is like, do you really think she was the only one?
I mean, you've brought up now that the Blake twins are still out there, so the king now has to process that.
Mm-hmm. It's in the notes.
Yeah, it's in the notes, like, all her dealings with the Blake, so it's just like, and that her goal was to have, like, everlasting life for Queen Evergrey, so it's just like, do you really think that she's
And
the
now
only one?
and now I'm wondering if you put distrust of the domain in the king's head when you brought up the celestial thing with,
the general.
Yeah, with the general.
I don't think she remembers what happened to her, because there's notes in there that,
Yeah,
like, she got what she needed, but, like, she let her go.
She may not remember, but the king may not be suspicious.
Yeah, there is definitely a bit of suspicion happening between both the domain and the kingdom now.
Yeah, like, I didn't do it. It's just she wrote it in her hand. So
yeah, because I mean, regardless of how much you play the victim, there's still someone to look at you and go, but. So even if, like, there's notes saying, "Aha, I did this to the Celestial, I did this to Miss to Templeman," the king's still gonna hear that and go, "Are you sure you, like, let's think about this," and not fully sure if maybe she did it voluntarily or not.
Yeah, well, that's something they gotta hash out.
Yeah. It's funny because I know you guys are already past halfway of the story, because the way I structured it is that you guys are gonna hit level 20, go through an adventure or two, and then that's it. So you guys are level 12 now, so you already past halfway. And I was like, well, what's gonna happen to the kingdom? And I'm like, well, a general did something horribly to a other country city.
All that war.
That war is gonna be bad.
That's not good, you know. And now it's you guys have found yourselves in this moment where anything can strike this fire.
Yeah.
There is temporary,
including us.
Yeah, there is temporary peace. So the idea right now is that you have a chauffeur from the domain who is judging your character and seeing whether or not you guys are truly trying to help your fellow man or yourselves, and if you know anything else that she can glean from you. It's made very public that that's what her job is.
Yeah.
So if she reports you guys as being assholes,
But we're not truly assholes.
that's true.
And especially in the domain, that's their lead. They don't care about that.
I mean, worst comes to worst, people end up missing.
No, that would cause a war.
I think that would cause a war.
That would cause a war. You kill the chosen.
We did an adventuring thing, and we got caught in the crossfire with some, insert monster here, and unfortunately they didn't make it, and we tried our best to bring them back, but unfortunately we're not able to, so send another one.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna buy that when I just brought one of their generals back.
I mean, come on. Come on.
Sure.
Yeah, no.
You can certainly try.
Yeah. You know what that means? That means fuck no in DM language.
But yeah, she is in Raimi is very interested in everything you guys do.
I feel like it's more annoying, but I mean, given what our group has gone through, I feel like we can handle her as long as we're like careful versus having Lily up her ass all the time.
No, it's not even like that. But unlike all the other people who have tagged along and found out bits and pieces of information, maybe heard too much, this is going to more important people. That's why I'm just like,
yeah.
I think when it comes to like Vera and myself, I think we'll be okay. It's
Sam.
and her shady, underhanded, conniving deeds. That's right. You
Just don't steal any silverware.
And for a while, I was all like, cool, I'll just be quiet through this whole thing, and then I get this map. I'm just like, god damn it, with all the timing.
Yeah, I feel like the map puts a target on her back. Like, it's good that they found it, but I kind of wish they kept it because they have a safer place to keep it than like on somebody's body that it's an easy target.
True. I do like the fact though that you just had a conversation with the Crown as well as a representative of Domain, and it was like, Lily Under was looking for a way to become immortal, and now you have a map from someone who's sounds familiar, and so you can pretty much shape it like, we're going after this person who's trying to be immortal. Now we're heroics, we're heroes. Who knows?
That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I said ideas that the DM is giving us, or maybe the direction he's trying to get us to go in.
Your characters can be that smart or dumb as they want to be.
I mean, it helps that like we can already tie that to somebody else that has been a major key pain in the ass and player the whole campaign, so it does help.
But yeah, I'm gonna have Raimi stay with you for a bit, see what happens. She is a domain chosen, so she can definitely handle herself. She doesn't need to hold your hands. Not that she has any hands to hold.
How long is she staying with
Dude,
us?
I actually love the character design. When you started describing her, I was just like, ooh, pretty.
I can actually provide an example image of what I had in mind. Although this one does have arms, and I wanted to make a very unique character who was able to hold themselves when it comes to like combat or events. But yeah, I liked this image, and I was like, oh, this is so beautiful. I'm like, I have to do this. This is perfect.
Now, how do you show our listeners?
How do I? Oh, I'm recording this. I can show it later.
It's very pretty.
We'll put it on Twitter, probably.
Yeah, it'll be there.
On the tweeters.
But yeah, so now you guys have to decide, and I know it's going to be roleplay concerning of what you're going to say, what you're going to do around this figure, and then you still have things to do. And I remind you, there's a few other things that are happening. One, Rolly, you won 2 gladiators, gladiatorial combats. You can get a message from Ironside at any point now.
Good. Bring on.
And for Vera, there's still that motion of your uncle.
Yeah.
So,
Who's also linked to Savannah and the Queen. Like, they're linked both ways, and I'm just like, fuck.
So there's a few things happening.
So what you're saying is that throughout the entire campaign, the reason why we ended up getting locked up by the Crown was because of Savannah.
I don't even live in...
I feel like
it's always my fault.
I feel like this is fully on Vera.
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
At least the Crown part.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that wasn't my choice. I didn't know I was, my fiance's boss was a psychopath.
Well, at the end of the day, whether it's the Thieves Guild or whatever the hell Vera is, one thing is for sure. It wasn't Rolly.
Yeah.
Listen here,
you're only
Fireson.
being special, like, going into the fucking trial. I'm like, dude, this man's gonna get arrested on the fucking spot by not telling his name.
They asked me for my name. I gave them my name.
You said Barnwell.
That is my name. And then they're like, what's your last name? It's Barnwell. Every other person has given their last name, right? So they asked me for my name, and I just, oh, cool. It was, Barnwell. You know? Cool. What's your last name? Barnwell. What's your last name?
I said it. It was Barnwell.
Barnwell.
By the way, the Trudy and Ullman, or Trudes Ullman, was a reference to the two fat humans you met on your way to Isenby, who gave you those like old pastries.
Oh.
The ones who like to tell jokes.
I remember that now.
Yeah, they finally got their establishment up.
That's cute.
Damn.
The world moves on.
Not the campaign to be pulling out way the old stuff.
I know, it's true. There's a lot of things to remember. But no, I just wanted anyone who would ever to watch this and go, oh, snap, I remember those guys. Yeah, they were like, I remember I gave them like very, what's the word I'm looking for here? Like, it's not Eastern European, it's,
He'll come to it.
it'll come to me. Like Swedish, maybe?
Swedish or maybe
Yeah,
Danish.
it was like, oh, look, I have a joke for you, like type of thing. It's been a while.
Was that your Swede?
Yeah, that's the closest I can
It
get to
read a
Swede.
little German.
It did.
Oh, it's a lot of
Little bit.
chocolates. Ooh.
I'm thinking
Okay,
of
now
the
that-
little
that-
kid from The Simpsons right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Uh,
Even though he was German too.
oh
So
my god.
I just had a thought, and I think I now know what I want Vera to do about our babysitter situation.
Give her the polar bear?
No.
Hey, hold this.
Make her disappear?
Why don't we ask Igno for details on her?
We could. I mean, I did tell her I knew him.
Spying on the spy. I like it.
I'm like, we're not spying on the spy. We're just getting intel on the spy.
Fine. Snooping on the snooper. Whatever. It's
By the
same
way,
thing.
if you would have lied about your name, Savannah, I had a scenario for that because you originally named yourself
Yeah.
Kat, and I was like, if she does that again, I have a thing for it.
I had a feeling not to do that, but I totally forgot I did it in the domain. So when you called me out for it, in my head I was like, fuck.
Mm-hmm. But it was funny because I was like, there's a couple ways this could have gone. If you would have said to the guy running the desk, like, oh, my name's Kat, and they would have wrote it down, something would have happened. If you, in what you did, you told the truth, I had something else planned because I was like, well, one, Merle doesn't know your name as that. She knows it as Kat. Because that's what you introduced yourself during the Think Tank Ball. And I was like, she probably would have looked into you eventually. But the fact that you were like, oh, my name's Savannah. She was like, wait a minute. I thought you said your name was Kat.
I kind of had an idea of what to say in case that came up, so I was waiting for the opportunity, but didn't have to. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna be quiet.
Because it was one of those things. Like Celia said, the king is. I made King Caspian very understanding. Definitely out of the loop.
Clearly.
Very.
Which is one of his faults, is that he is generally out of the loop. But when it comes down finally to him, he's like, I will get this done.
He needs to, like, post haste get it done.
Yeah.
Because for the king, for the top office in the land, to not know about things that affects his kingdom is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like, the wagon broke down. It was like, nah, she was trying to unleash the apocalypse on a lich, so,
Well,
kind of a big deal.
The funny thing is,
It's it's not a black plague, murdering people on the other side of your country. No, just another day.
it's funny because I took inspiration from like real world stuff. I was like, there's no way that like a president would know like the bad not to say that like this is equal to what Rolly's town had, but more or less like, he doesn't know you guys right off the bat because the president doesn't know SoCal, California, Anaheim firefighters. He doesn't know them. He knows that they exist because there's like people who walk around like, oh yeah, we have firefighters. You're like, oh yeah, we have adventurers, but that definitely was a point of contention where I was like, why would he know? Well, there's probably reasons, but he didn't know about your town.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Like you said, of course, the president's not gonna know XYZ fire station people, right? I get that, but the fact is that he knows there are fire people there for when the time comes when it's being burned to the ground.
I was gonna say, it's like the president won't know the fire, but he should know there was a forest fire in that area.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something to think about. But yeah, I think honestly the biggest thing that happened was the fact that you brought Uthiel back. I remember when you did that, I was like, that's changing everything.
Yeah.
Because I had a story beats in mind when I was like, okay, Vera's not going to get resurrection until level 12.
Mm-hmm. I would have gotten it now.
Yeah, you would have gotten it now. I was like, it's going to take a long time. And I was like, so story beats are going to happen, things are going to go on, and you're like, I hit it. He's alive now. And I was like, that changes everything. But yeah. This is what I've been doing for those past 2 weeks. Was like, okay, we're changing up the program. You know, now there's tension between these very peaceful countries.
I mean, it makes sense.
Makes sense, though.
It's still her fault, though. She was the batshit crazy.
Yeah, but going back to, think of you were the leader of the domain and you found out, it's like, yeah, the king of the kingdom. You did not know what now?
Yeah.
No, I get that, but I'm just like, you know, her dumbass went over there and was like, I'm just gonna go
Yeah,
wherever
like, you
I
made
please.
a zombie town in my country? Like, you did what?
You were experimenting on them? Excuse me? Because I think there was even a lab in Mirabite.
Was there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's where you...
Yes, there was.
There was a lab, but I don't think that's known yet. At least I don't... I'm trying to remember what you... Oh, it probably is known now because... Yeah, because of Igno and Roman.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, because we got them out of there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You're welcome, by the way, Igno and Roman.
Hey, they've given you guys all...
Yeah,
not only are they helping you get... Like, now you have a very powerful wizard on retainer.
Yeah.
Essentially us.
Whose life we saved.
Yeah. He also saved your life, too.
Yeah, technically.
He did.
All right. Well, I think that's going to be it for our bit of a short rest. I'm glad we all sort of decompressed on whatever that was. RP heavy of a session. But yeah, don't forget to check us out on YouTube. Join us live every Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Join the Discord. I'm always responding.
Wait, I totally forgot something. Oh God.
No.
Short rest, right?
Uh-huh.
Who's keeping watch?
Oh,
Oh God.
All right, later.
Later.
Night.